What is good, Hellraisers? Welcome back to our brand new episode. Today we're going to be talking about the PKM. As you can know from the title, we're talking about the best blueprint that you would want on your PKM, on your gun. We're talking about the free blueprints. We're not going to be talking about the ones that you can buy. We might look at them right after, but now we're focusing on the ones you can buy. On the ones you can get for free, and tell you guys how to unlock them, and of course, what their advantages are and what the attachments are. Now for the PKM is pretty much the best LMG for the Modern Warfare guns. In Warzone it does have its times. I believe that sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I don't know why it keeps changing even though it doesn't get a nerf. When it first came out, before the integration of Cold War into Warzone, PKM was unstoppable. I believe my first win ever in Warzone was with the PKM. Oh no, sorry, that wasn't the second one. The first one was the AK-47 with a lot of recoil. When my first time playing BR, I was usually a big multiplayer dude until Warzone came out. But yeah, the PKM has always been solid. A huge round magazine, very minimal recoil. Multiplayer is still a beast, but in Warzone, I think the Cold War guns have taken over, and right now I think the Vanguard guns are pretty much taken over. I think every time there's a game that comes out, they integrate into Warzone and try to promote their weapons, even with ground loot, and then get more blueprints out so people can buy them. So it is strategic, and it is a lot of marketing and very commercial, but I don't blame them. They're making money, so that's what they gotta do. If we take a look at the armory, we have 3 blueprints that we can unlock. We have the Hedgerow, that's a Season 4 pre-integration of Cold War into Warzone legendary blueprint. We have the Sunset Hue, which is a Season 4 pre-integration of Cold War into Warzone epic blueprint. And then we have the standard issue, which is not even there. It's not even there. This is because the standard issue is a weapon that you actually unlock through challenges in multiplayer. Now if you don't have multiplayer Modern Warfare, which is a pretty old game right now, you won't be able to get this blueprint. If it ends up being ground loot and you take it and you end up loving it and you want all the attachments, shit, what was I doing? Here they are. You're gonna have to use the muzzle brake for the muzzle, the VLK 3x optic for the optic, which is the best optic you can have for the Modern Warfare guns, sleight of hand for the perk, and commando foregrip for the underbarrel. On the underbarrel, a lot of people like Commander, Ranger, or even Merc. It really depends on the gun and how you feel it. For this gun, I'm not too sure that commando is the best, but nonetheless, it does increase a lot of the accuracy, a lot of the range, and a lot of the fire rate to this gun. The sleight of hand, I'm not too sure if it doesn't affect in Warzone or not. But if it does have an effect, it's much better to have it on, because this one might take tiny bit of time to reload. The second blueprint that is not too bad is actually the Sunset Hue. Now the Sunset Hue, it came out in Season 4. This one you just unlocked it by leveling up your battle pass. So by this time you won't be able to get it, unless of course it takes part in the event in the Blueprint Blitz. If you don't know what the Blueprint Blitz event, it's an event where previous famous blueprints are made available to people who did not own Warzone before a certain before a certain season, or even if you had it but you didn't unlock it, you have a chance to do contracts and get these drop-offs where you get 11 blueprints per event. Usually they interchange, but they're only usually about the most famous guns. This one I'm not too sure if it's a very famous gun. It did have its time and people enjoyed it, but especially for the aesthetics of it, but I think the Stoner kind of took this gun away. Anyways, if you're interested in knowing the attachments, it's the 18.2 compact barrel, the 1 MW laser, the Forge Tac ultralight stock, and the tactical foregrip underbarrel. As you can see, it increases a bit of accuracy, loses a bit of range, but you increase mobility and control. It's not too bad, but it's not the best. You definitely need a optic for the best gun. Now moving on to the best blueprint that you would want. You can already tell it's the best blueprint because the accuracy is sky high, damage doesn't even change, range is sky high, control is higher, you lose a tiny bit of mobility, but again the PKM is not a gun that you attack with, contrary to like other Cold War LMGs that you can attack with if you put no stock. But the PKM is not. PKM is more of a after you down a guy you finish him off, or in the final circle where it's all about long range and you don't really either you don't really like snipers or you're not really necessarily good with snipers. The PKM is there to get team wipes. That's actually why it's there. If we take a look at the attachments for this gun. You have the compensator muzzle. This is what adds a lot of the accuracy. Now, of course, the best one would be the monolithic suppressor. So if you would have to build your own, just to change that with a monolithic suppressor. But the compensator, if you don't really care about what people think, or if they can hear you, you can just use it. I mean, by the time they see you, they should be downed. In the final circles, it might be a bit tricky because you don't want to reveal your location. But yeah, you could change it for a suppressor. You have the 26.9 extended barrel, which is pretty much the best barrel you can have on this gun. And then you have the sniper scope optic for the really far off people. This is an 8x scope, so it's definitely for that range. That's exactly what's making this range very high. And you have the forged tack laser stock, which is pretty good for that control. And then you have the snatch grip underbarrel. Now, as you can see, even from the optics and the barrel, it's a long range gun. It's not made for the short range or for the even medium range. It's really for that long range. That's what the sniper scope is for. Now, what I would suggest going with this is either with a what do you call it? I wouldn't suggest going with a sniper because it's already a long range. Either with an SMG or with a. So a lot of people using this with a riot shield. I don't know why, but I think it's because when you shoot people and they're shooting you from the back, you're gonna have some cover. Now, I personally would prefer to go with an SMG and this, but I had to mention the riot shield because you might see them on my videos. One of my friends really likes riot shields, and he's usually a Kali stick dude, but he usually runs with the riot shield and a PKM. He does manage to get a lot of kills, and we did get a lot of wins together, so it does work. I mean, it's a strategy that some people like, some people don't, but at the end of the day, it does work. Let's take a look at the HD cutscene for this gun, and then we'll finish off the video. So it's a pretty cool camo. Again, the PKM, I think its golden days are far behind, but who knows, man? It could make a comeback, and you could be interested in getting the attachments or leveling up this gun. I do have this gun in Damascus as every other Modern Warfare gun, and I do have the Cold War guns in Diamond. Now I'll let you guys with a few. We won't be seeing a win today, contrary to every other day. Today we'll just be seeing some highlights from a few BR games where kills are just too beautiful for me to delete the footage. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy.
Locating the safe zone. What? I need recon on my position.
UAV entering the AO.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
Enemy UAV overhead. Gas is closing in.